Hello student, welcome to Mix Study official YouTube channel. In this video we are going to see about the new thermodynamic series which I have already discussed on a Telegram channel. So I have started this series for the PSU examination, mainly focused on that particular examination. In that the time factor is the major issues and you need to solve the maximum number of questions very less time. So that's why I need to start this series. This series is applicable only for the PSU examination, not for the GATE and ESE, because these questions are, most of the questions are theoretical questions and very few questions are numerical, and the numerical which is directly formula based numerical, there is no time factor like GATE examination. So that's why I started this series, because I have got too many requests from different candidate. I need to solve that type of question, I need to solve this type of question. They have lots of confusion related to this, so that's why I need to start this series. So for the first series, let's begin with that. So the first question of thermodynamic questions are: what are the properties of thermodynamic system whose value for the entire system is equal to the sum of their value of individually part of the system? Make sure that you need to read carefully. Do not skip any part of the question in the theoretical questions, because if you miss that, then might be the difference of that particular things are different as the actual meaning of that particular question. So make sure that you do not skip any of the part of the theoretical questions. So the first questions was: what are the properties of thermodynamic system whose value of the entire system is equal to the sum of value of individual part of the system? First option, thermodynamic properties. Second option, extensive properties. Third option is intensive properties. Fourth option is specific properties. Going with the solution, then they have mentioned that the solution in a very proper way. If you have any type of doubt, then do mention it, and I also explain this solution in a very short way. So that particular systems are extensive properties, because they have mentioned that all the categories, and as you are aware of that, the intensive properties are independent of the mass of the system, and extensive properties dependent on the matter of the system or mass of the system, and the properties that depend on the matter of changes is known as the extensive properties, like enthalpy, entropy, volume. And intensive property are those property whose is independent of mass or matter system. So that properties are pressure, temperature, refractive index, density and hardness of the object. So this is the main things which you need to remember. You need to remember with the examples is the most important phenomena you need to remember at any time of, because the questions is mostly asked related to example only. Going ahead with the next question: a series of operations which take place in a certain order and restore the initial condition at the end is known as, is the very simple question which is asked in Vizag and UPSC A twice. So the first option was reversible cycle, second option was irreversible cycle, third option was thermodynamic cycle, and fourth option was none of these. Remember that these questions you need to very frequently ask in different examination, and you need to solve in a quick manner. Do not exceed more than 5 to 10 seconds. So the questions was: a series of operations which take place in a certain order and restore the initial condition. Restore the initial condition is the main keyword at the end of the system, then it's known as, this is the answer for that particular question, was the thermodynamic cycle, because the series of operation which is take place in a way that the starting point comes to the end of the point and form a cycle. That cycle is known as the thermodynamic cycle. They have mentioned the series of operation which takes place in a certain order, restore initial condition at the end, this is known as the thermodynamic cycle. This is the standard definition which you have remember in your college during. So going ahead with the next, an open system. As you are aware of that, these are the three cases: open system, closed system and isolated system. So in that cases you need to have basic idea about that. I'll just move with the next questions. Like for the open system, you need to have a mass transfer as well as energy transfer. For a closed system, you need to have only energy transfer, there is no mass of interaction. And for the isolated system, none of the mass as well as energy, both are non-transferable. So you need to remember at least three conditions whenever the questions is come. These you need to select according to the questions. You need to select the options. These questions are definitely asked in different examinations. Recently this question seen in CIL examination as well as Vizag examination. For the CIL, they have asked about the closed system, and for the isolated system, asked in Vizag Steel. So you need to have idea about these questions as well. Going ahead with the next one, this is the most important questions because these type of question is coming in a gate as well. Bimetallic strip made up of two different materials bend during a rise is temperature because of. Make sure that read the carefully questions. Bimetallic strip made up of two different material bend during a rise is temperature because of difference in coefficient of linear expansion, difference in elastic properties, difference in thermal conductivities, and difference in stresses. Bending during rise of temperature is only because of difference in coefficient of linear expansion. This is the right option, and that option was A. Going ahead with the next one, because I think you have already aware of that in a strength of material, the stress is applicable when the temperature is rise only for the linear expansion. So I think you have idea about that. If you have not, then at least go with the some basic concepts so that you have idea about that particular things as well. Going with the next question, these questions and numericals are directly straightforward. You need to just remember the formula. Do not remember other than anything. Like if you have idea and if you have click at that time, then you are able to solve that type of question as well. Going ahead with that next question, a steel ball of mass 1 kg and a specific heat of 0.4 kilojoule per kg degree centigrade is at a temperature of 60 degree and it is dropped into a 1 kg of water at 20 degree, and the final steady state temperature of water is. They have mentioned that there is a beaker in that there is some liquid having water, and steel ball is there having mass 1 kg and specific heat of particular ball is given. Once the ball has been dropped, the final temperature of ball you need to have find out it. What was the steady state temperature? They have given with the 4 option. You need to simply balance the heat equation. So going ahead with the solution, if you have idea about that, they have given a mass of ball which is 1 kg and they have given a specific heat of particular ball, and what was the initial temperature of ball was 60 degree, and going ahead with the mass of the ball, then they have mentioned like the mass of the particular water as well as temperature of water. And if you balance the equation which I have mentioned, that you need to balance the heat equation. So they have using that particular equation, total heat inlet equal to total heat outlet, like exactly same thing. Mass of ball into Cp, specific heat of ball, and temperature difference. What was the initial temperature of ball when they have dropped in water? What was the exact steady state temperature? Is equal to the mass of water, specific heat of water, and the temperature difference between the water as well as steady state temperature. If you put that all the data, then you will get that the steady state temperature was 23.5. So going ahead with the next question, match the list with the list 2 and select the proper answers. Though they have given that the list 1 basics law of thermodynamics, and you need to define accordingly. So the first option A related to the first, second, third, fourth, they have mentioned the 4 options and you need to match it. As you are aware of that, zeroth law are directly related to the temperature. I think you are aware of that. And for the third law, they have directly related to the absolute temperature. You left with the 2 options only, first law and second law. Second law related to entropy and first law related to the internal energy. If you have a basic idea of the thermodynamic, then you are able to solve. If you want, I will like I have matched the column. The first law, like third law related to the absolute temperature, and zeroth law related to temperature, second law related to entropy, and the first law related to internal energy. That is the right option for that question. The explanation is also given over here. If you want, you can just note it down. Going ahead with the next question, which of the following process is irreversible process? They have given with the 4 option like isothermal, adiabatic, throttling, and all of the above. In that question, most of the candidate are going with the all of the above option, which is wrong option. You need to read the questions very carefully. They have asking about the process which is irreversible. If you are aware of that, the isothermal is a reversible process. Similarly, adiabatic is also a reversible process. Only option left with the throttling. Throttling is the irreversible process, and you have also aware of that the throttling phenomena is occurring when the enthalpy of that particular system is constant. There is no change in enthalpy from the state 1 to state 2. In such a case, we have used the throttling condition. They have also mentioned a few other cases like no work done like the work done is equal to 0 in that throttling process, and the process is also called the isoenthalpic process. Going ahead with the next question, these questions was asking again Vizag Steel, and the question is a cylindrical contains 5 meter cube of ideal gas at a pressure of 1 bar, and the gas is compressed in a reversible isothermal process till its pressure increases to 5 bar. They have given that the cubes and like a container are there in that they have given some certain amount of gas having volume of that particular gas, and pressure is also given. You need to have a compressed in a reversible isothermal process. You need to take care about that particular word like isothermal process till its pressure increases to 5 bar. They have given like initial pressure and final pressure, and they have mentioned that the isothermal process is going on, and finally they have given with the 4 options. You need to have a basic idea how to solve it, because if you have aware of that the constant isothermal process, that is constant temperature, then you can easily solve this type of question. So for your reference, they have given the initial volume, which is 5 meter cube, and the initial pressure is also given, and final pressure is given, and you need to calculate the work done. So simply you need to use from the VdVp changing from volume like VdP changing from pressure P1 to P2. If you have used this equation, and as you are aware of that isothermal process, in that the temperature remains constant, so in such a case then equation has been replaced with the C ln of P2 by P1. If you are aware of that direct equation like P1 V1 ln of P1 V1 ln of P2 by P1, then you can also use that formula in that equation. So do not derive this equation over here. And if you have not idea about how to derive that particular equation, then just remember these equations so that you will get at the end of the solutions. So if you have put all these conditions which they have mentioned, like volume, pressure, initial, final pressure, and then you can easily get the work done, that is 804.7, because they have given with the pressure 100 kilopascal, and initial volume they have given as a 5 meter cube. And if you put that the final pressure, which is 500 kPa, and the initial pressure of 100 kPa with the ln of that particular value, then you will get the final answer as 804.7. Remember that if you do not remember these formula, then you need to derive these equation. So make sure that you need to just remember, because they have missed that particular ln factor over here. So you just remember it. Do not remember that formula, because they have some correction over here. So just skip it, this formula. These are the wrong printed. So going ahead with the next question. A fan of consume 20 watt of electric power and discharge air from a ventilated room at 0.25 kilojoule like kg per second, and the maximum air outlet velocity is nearly, like they have given a fan which consumes the 20 watt of electric power and discharge the air from the ventilator room at 0.25 kilogram per second. So you need to calculate the maximum air outlet velocity. They have given with the 4 options. Do not go with the options and all those things. Simply you need to convert that particular fan electrical energy into mechanical energy, and you are aware of that the power is equal to half of the mass into velocity. As you are aware of that, this is the basic equation, and if you put all the data which they have provided over here, then you are able to calculate the velocity, which is the maximum air outlet velocity. Because they have provided with the power, they have provided with the mass, you need to only calculate with the velocity. If you have put all these data, then you final answer you will get around 12.7. So going ahead with the next question. For an ideal gas, enthalpy is represented by, this is the basic questions, but the most of the student has done a basic mistakes of that, because they have remembered U H equal to U plus PV, and in that particular question they have mentioned the ideal gas. In ideal gas you need to remember that PV equal to MRT, where mass is equal to 1 for that particular consider, and in that question you need to PV replace with the RT, and you will get the U equal to H equal to U plus RT. This is the final answer. Going ahead with the next question. The pressure of an air in an automobile tire at temperature of 27 degree is 1.75 bar, which is a gauge pressure which they have mentioned in a bracket. Due to running of the temperature of air in the rise to the temperature at 87 degree centigrade, what will be the temperature, what will be the gauge pressure during the running, and they have given as a atmospheric pressure of 1.01 bar, and volume of the tire is assumed to be constant. The major important factor is they have mentioned that the volume of the tire is assumed to be constant, like the process is a constant volume process, they have mentioned in a bracket. So if you do not understand the question, at least read twice thrice so that you will get the idea what they have said about that particular question. So for your, I have read once again that particular question. The pressure of air in an automobile tire at temperature of 27 degree and pressure was around 1.75 bar, which they have mentioned in a gauge pressure. Due to running of temperature of air, might be there is rise in a temperature which they have mentioned in a 87. You need to calculate the gauge pressure during this running. So they have given some atmospheric pressure. You need to simply use the basic equation, which is a constant volume process, which they have mentioned over here. This is the basic understanding of that particular questions. If you solve this type of question, then thoroughly it take maximum 20-25 seconds, and they have given as a gauge pressure. You need to convert this in a absolute pressure. So use this particular equation. As you are aware of that, P absolute is P atmospheric plus P gauge. For the vacuum, you need to P atmospheric minus P particular vacuum pressure, so you will get the absolute pressure. But here they have provided with the gauge pressure. If you put that for the atmospheric pressure and gauge pressure, you will get the final like absolute pressure was 2.76 bar. And for the constant volume pressure, constant volume process, you need to have a P1 by T1 equal to P2 by T2. And they have provided already with the T2 and T1, and you have already calculated the P absolute. You need to put it and finally get the answer, which is P absolute pressure. Make sure that you need to convert this gauge pressure into absolute pressure. If you forget that, then the answer which they have mentioned is definitely attempt with the wrong answer as well, because in the question they have provided both the options, wrong as well as right, and most of the question they have most of the candidates are select that particular options which they have provided in a wrong, and definitely one of the options are already there in that particular question. So make sure that they have, that's why they have mentioned in a gauge pressure in a bracket. You need to convert that gauge pressure into absolute pressure. So going ahead with the next question, a non-flow reversible process takes place according to the relation volume equal to 15 by P meter cube, where P equal to pressure in bar. What will be the work done if pressure changes from 1 bar to 10 bar? And you need to calculate that the work done. Simply they have provided the data as well. Ln of 10 is equal to 2.3025. If you have idea about that, you need to calculate the work done, and they have mentioned one hint over there, like they have given the relation of volume in terms of pressure. So make sure that if any of the relation is given, then in that case we do not allow to use any standard formula over there. In such a situation, you need to solve going with the equation, not for the standard formula which you have derived in all the 5 cases, like constant pressure, constant volume, isothermal, like constant temperature, adiabatic and polytropic. Remember that, do not solve that particular equation in that case. So going ahead with the solution, they have provided that the relation volume equal to 15 by P meter cube, and they have also given the initial pressure and final pressure, and you need to calculate the work done. As you are aware of that, the basic formula of work done having PdV, having like volume changes from initial to final volume. But in the question they have given the pressure, that is 1 bar initially, and final pressure is given as a 10 bar. You need to calculate the initial volume to final volume to calculate the net work done. In such situation, you need to have a idea about the like volume you need to calculate, and you have idea about how to calculate the work done instead of that 5 process which I have mentioned in initially in the questions. Apart from that 5, if any of the question related to work done, you need to have a basic formula where these equations are derived. So in that situation, you need to calculate the work done with the PdV, and they have already given the relation of pressure in terms of volume, and the volume is changes from initially to final volume, which they have mentioned over here. And if you have calculated that particular things, then you need to just do the integration, which is a standard equation for the engineers. You need to basically calculate it, which is changing from 10 to 1, and they have provided with the data, and you need to put it and solve it. The final answer is come in the negative, and that negative terms means you need to have a compression process. And in that questions they have also mentioned that the answer in a compression and expansion form, you need to select the proper options, whether the process has been expansion process or compression process. So that's all for this video, and if you need any suggestion or give any feedback to our videos, do mention in comment box. If you like our videos, definitely subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.